Welcome, dear guest, friend, and follower to the QUiLi Caribbean YouTube channel. If you can or can't sew, it's not a problem. Learn firsthand by world-renowned lingerie and bathing suit designer, Mr. Hugo QUiLi. He is also known for his lingerie and bathing suit easy-to-put-together patterns. We welcome novices, hobbyists, and professional sewers to this channel. Rest assured, you all will learn new tips and a nice craft. After or during the tutorial, you may also sew your lingerie and you will be amazed at how easy it really is. You may also start your own business if you wish to. Today we are going to elaborate Panty 1015. This is a panty with a posterior opening which will only have strips and elastic on the leg. Here we have the measurement table and here the configuration of how to place the strips. It comprises of a front piece in Lycra or Polilycra or mesh and a gusset in cotton. Brother machines do sew stretchy fabrics. Here we have the assembling instructions seam. The front, the gusset, the waist strip, high strip, the mid strip, the lowest strip, and the leg strip. If we see the pattern, here we see the seam. Waist, leg, lower, mid, and high strip. This is the leg that goes here. This is the lower strip that goes here. The mid one and successively. Let's start the sewing process. We start by overlocking the gusset on the widest curvy side. Now we continue by matching the right side of the front piece to the right side of the gusset and we overlock them. We open the gusset from the front and we're going to sew a straight stitch of 3.5 4 mm long into the seam. We take the fold over elastic, we fold it and we start by closing up 1 or 2 centimeters. We are closing it up at the border with a zigzag stitch of 2 mm long and 3.5 mm wide. On the side of the panty, we'll start to insert the side into the elastic. We'll stretch at a minimum simply to close off the side. Now we've closed up this side, we continue a little bit and then we insert the other side of the front piece into the elastic and sew. Afterwards, we trim the excess elastic off. Now we continue by sewing the elastic to the waist. We sew for about 2 centimeters before inserting the fabric. This is done with a zigzag stitch of 2 mm long and 3.5 mm wide. We can also do this with a 3-point zigzag of 2 mm long and very wide. We take 5, pull 1 centimeter, fold, pull again, and sew. This operation will also be done on the legs. Switch to the other side. Here we do a back stitch and we are continuing to close up the waist strip according to the length on the reference table for the size we are making. In this case, we are sewing a medium, which would be 34 centimeters long. So we continue sewing until we reach the 34 centimeters and add an additional 2 centimeters. Just sewing the fold over elastic, there's no need to stretch nor pull. Just fold and sew. Now we trim off after the 34 centimeters. We take the end and we're going to attach it to the other side. We put the start and finish of the waist elastic on top of each other with the 2 cm left over, and we sew with a 3-point zigzag of 0 mm long and very wide. We do it on this side a few times. We stop, lift the presser foot, we slide it a little, lower the presser foot and perform the same operation on the other side to have it fully secured with the stitch. Now we are turning the excess to the internal side and we perform the same operation to secure the elastic at about half a centimeter after the seam on the inside. The leftover will be trimmed off. Continue again with the fold over elastic, and now we are going to sew the leg. We can do it with the fold over elastic or leg elastic. This we will do for the amount of centimeters that are suggested on the reference table. Then we insert the gusset and sew until the needle starts stitching the fabric. Remember that here we need to take both fabric pieces to insert them into the fold of over elastic. We take the elastic, insert the fabric, take 5 centimeters, stretch 1 centimeter, fold, stretch again and sew. Now we perform the same operation on the other leg. However, this time we start at the side. We take 5, stretch 1, fold, stretch again and sew. Take the end of the elastic and we're going to attach it to the other side. We put the start and the finish of the leg elastic on top of each other with the 2 centimeters left over, and we sew with a 3-point zigzag of 0 mm long and very wide. We do it on the other side a few times. We stop, lift the presser foot, we slide it a little. Lower the presser foot and perform the same operation on the other side to have it fully secured with the stitch. Now I'll show you another way of securing the elastic left over. Just now we folded both strip excesses together to the inside. Now we will trim off the one which would go inside and fold the other one and sew with the same stitch to secure the elastic. Now we turn the excess to the internal side and we perform the same operation to secure the elastic on about half a centimeter after the seam on the inside. The leftover will be trimmed off. If you wish, you could perform the same stitch with a bit more on the side, and this will have the panty a longer life durability. The stitch is to mimic the industrial machine. We cut off the excess thread. This is how it looks on the inside and on the outside. Now we repeat the same operation with the other leg elastic. Here we have the panty, this is the waist and these are the legs. Now we are going to cut the strips to fill it up. We are going to sew them in the lengths according to the seam based on the size. In example, the seam indicates 15 centimeters, but I will multiply it by 2 and make a 30 centimeter strip. This is to have one strip that will be used on both sides. The middle will be sewn to the waist. We do this operation for all the measurements we need for the 3 strips, and we sew it with a zigzag stitch of 2 mm long and 3 mm wide. We have the waist of the panty and the 3 strips we've just sewn. Now we have them in the correct order and we are going to secure it in the mid-back of the waist. We sew with a 3-point zigzag of 0 mm long and very wide. We do this for all 4 strips simultaneously. We lower the presser foot, we sew a few times, we stop, lift the presser foot, we slide it a little. Lower the presser foot and perform the same operation on the other side to have it fully secured with the stitch. Now we have them all secured in one place. They will be divided on the leg. We will place each one separated by a quarter of the leg. We start with finding the middle of the leg and sew the mid-piece strip. Then from there, we split it again in 2 and sew the other strip and repeat this operation for the remaining strips. Then we repeat on the other leg with the remaining strips. We sew with a 3-point zigzag of 0 mm long and very wide. We lower the presser foot, we sew a few times, we stop, lift the presser foot, we slide it a little. Lower the presser foot and perform the same operation on the other side to have it fully secured with the stitch. Remember that the seam of these strips should be on the inside. The longer one is the lower one, The shorter one is the upper one and the medium one is the mid one. This operation should be done slowly. The excess on each should be equal. Remember that this panty is for special intimate occasions with your partner and it's not a daily wear panty. Some people criticize erotic panties. However, this is not for everyone. It is up to those who wish to continue seducing or to seduce their partner. The pattern is available in small up to size 4XL. The more curvy ladies also have the right to be and feel sexy. One side is done. Now we continue to the next side. The union of all the strips we are placing a decorative bow. In this case, we are using a small bow, however you may use a larger bow if that is your preference. We sew with a 3-point zigzag of 0 mm long and very wide. We lower the presser foot, we sew a few times, we stop, lift the presser foot, we slide it a little, lower the presser foot and perform the same operation on the other side to have it fully secured with the stitch. We can also sew a bow in the mid-front with the same stitch. This is the front side and this is the posterior side. This is the completed project. It wasn't that difficult after all, right? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and we invite you to follow our Facebook page and to visit our website. The relevant information will be found in the description box below.